Hey, what's up YouTube? My name's Nesto. Welcome back to my channel. So I want to make this video to talk to you guys about Taskrabbit slowing down for me. Like this whole summer has been great. You know, I've been booked for like a week and a half out. You know, like usually by Sunday I already have that whole week already booked out, and I have a couple days, you know, half a week for the upcoming week booked out. And so I got used to that. And recently, we're in September now. Last week was fine, and then last week was fine, which was the first week of September. I was booked on all that, and then as we approached this week, I saw that I was only had like half the week booked out, which is like, you know, it was kind of scary and shocking to me. But I guess it's it's to be expected. It's just that I wasn't, you know, I thought it would be like more in October or November. So maybe it's just like a you know, a September slowdown, and then might pick up towards the end of the month, and then, you know, November's gonna slow down, you know, something like that. So that's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, since I'm used to like being booked a week and a half out, so it was kind of creepy for me. But you know, every day I've been getting jobs, so you know, I haven't noticed, there hasn't been a change in my pay. Just because it's just I get booked closer to the day, I guess. Because you know, a lot of taskers, they just work the same days. Like they don't have any jobs booked for tomorrow, and tomorrow they just put their same day availability on, and you usually get something. Because a lot of people, you know, they buy some curtain rods, and then they get home and they're like, oh shit, who's gonna put these up? And that's when they go to Taskrabbit, or you know, or something like that. A lot of people get like impulse ideas, you know, like, oh, you know what, I should see what somebody could come hang up my TV. So, and that's when they do it, you know. So not a lot of people plan out, say like, oh, you know what, something's gonna come in 2 weeks from now, I should hire somebody for that. So but you know, so far it's been chugging along. I'm sorry I didn't make any like update videos of my earnings. Maybe at the end of this month or something I'll do it. August, it was like the month before, basically, close to $5,000. And yeah, so this week, Monday was pretty bad for me. I went I usually take Mondays off, and I'll work on Monday evening. So I worked yesterday. I had one job in the evening. Monday, no, not yesterday. Yesterday was Tuesday. Monday I had one job in the evening, and it was just a quick. They said a light switch was broken, so if I could swap it out. And I get there, and they didn't have a switch for me to swap out. They actually just wanted me to troubleshoot it to see what was wrong with it. And I think this person, I think it was hired through a third party. I think the homeowner called a company, and the company called me. Because when I tried to call the number, it wasn't the homeowner. It was like some lady. I forgot what she said. But she said the name of a company, and I was like, oh hey, there's nobody at the front. There's nobody here. And she's like, oh, there should be somebody. Try ringing the doorbell, or whatever. And it turned out they had given me the wrong address. I was at 2821. And the correct address was 3821. So I was at some liquor store, like what doorbell, bro? And so I went to go do that job. I was there from 4:30 to 6. At 6, I actually gave up. I was like, you know what, I can't help you with this, and I'll cancel it. I'm not gonna charge you anything, because I couldn't figure it out. And it kind of like totally hurt my my ego, hurt my confidence, hurt everything, because it was an electrical job. There was 4 light switches that all controlled the lights. It was like at the bottom of the stairs there was a light switch. You go up one flight, there's a light switch. You go up another flight, there's another light switch, and you get to the top and there's a light switch. And they controlled the lights on that top floor, the little stop in the second floor, and the one all the way at the first floor. They were all can lights, and they wired it so that they wired it wrong, because you couldn't, with those kind of switches, you should be able to turn it on and off with any of the switches. You should, you know, if you're at downstairs and you turn it on, you could go upstairs and turn it off. Or if you're upstairs, you could turn it off, turn it on. It doesn't matter, you know. Every switch is supposed to operate it. The lights, and I couldn't figure out how to wire it, because I couldn't really figure out where the can lights were wired in. Like which switch was, you know, I knew the bottom switch was the one coming from the panel. And then from there, like it kind of, because it's not like so many stairs. It's like it's just like a quick, you know, five, 6 stairs each way, and it kind of zigzagged, and I couldn't figure out which light switch came from which other light switch, you know, and which one had the lights the can lights wired in, because the top switch, which is I figured that would be the one, because it had the you know, this is the top one. That was actually wired to like the second one, which is like at the like floor level almost. And then the one in between all those, that one had like, you know, that wires that looked like they were coming in from the lights. So I think it might have been multiple switches had multiple lights or something. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. And I could probably, you know, taken my time more and cracked it out, but at 6 o'clock I was like, man, it was 6 o'clock. I was trying to go home. I was like, I just told the lady, I was like, yeah, I can't help you. I couldn't figure it out, but, you know, I'm not gonna charge you. And I canceled it. So you know, I took the metrics hit, whatever. But, you know, I'm not gonna charge them if I didn't fix it for them. And yeah, I thought it was gonna be just a swapping out a light switch. And then when I got there, the lady explained to me what the actual situation was. But yeah, for that reason, my Monday sucked. And then yesterday, Tuesday, I had to go remove 2 medicine cabinets and put drywall up and hang up a bunch of pictures and frames and stuff like that. Tell me why I get to the lady's house. Turns out there was a fire there. So she's staying at another apartment, you know, in a different tier. She's staying there temporarily while they fixed her actual apartment. And then we cut through, because she got, like, you know, permission from the construction workers or whatever, the contractor, to cut through the burnt area, because it's not burnt anymore. Like, you know, they demoed it, and it's just like bare bones. But like, if you cut through there, you get to her new apartment, to her actual apartment, like really quickly. It's like a shortcut, rather than going all the way down, walking around the building and coming back up. So we go up. I go to her temporary place, you know, and then she's gonna walk me over to her actual place. And then when I'm trying to unlock it, I hear like footsteps and stuff inside. And I'm like, oh, is there a worker in there? She's like, there shouldn't be any worker in there. And she's like, and last night I saw my light was on. You know, I didn't come check it out, but I saw that my light was on. But there shouldn't be anybody working in here. And then this dude opens the door for us. Like, I'm like trying to, it has a key box. I'm like putting in the code for the key box, and the dude just opens the door for us. And it's just like this white dude, all sweats, looks like a homeless guy, all sweats, sandals. And he opens the door, and she's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, like, he tries to make it sound like he was a worker for the contractor. He's like, oh, I, you know, working whatever for that dude. And she's like, no, there shouldn't be anybody here. There's no work to be done here. Like, you know, you need to leave, or I'm gonna call the police or whatever, you know. We thought he was a homeless dude. So she's like kicking him out. He's like gathering his like trash bag, his like 2-liter Coke. And, you know, she's getting kind of brave because I'm there. She's like, no, you need to get out right now. And I'm like just standing there like, girl, you know, I'm not trying to get hobo stabbed or anything like that. But he leaves without making a scene. But, and then she's like, oh my God, it's so weird. Let me call the contractor. And she calls the contractor, and the guy's like, what? Like, the guy's like, you know, like, what? Like, trying to break down what happened. And she's telling him, like, there was a homeless guy sleeping in my house, in my apartment. And I think it's because you guys leave the doors open. I think somebody was squatting in here or whatever. And she's like, you know, I don't know if I should call the police or. And the guy, because the contractor was like, oh no, don't call the police. I'm on my way over there, and I'm gonna see what's going on, you know, whatever. And then she like hung up on him, and she's like, she asked me, like, she's like, yeah, like, what do you think I would do? I was like, call the police. What do you mean? Like it doesn't matter who it was. There's a dude, you know, squatting in your thing. Call the police. So then she called the police, but she didn't actually tell them to come. She's like, you know what? I'll call you if I need to, because I don't want to start a confrontation if I don't have to. Something like that. I was like, whatever. So because she had to go to work. So she left to work. She left me there. She gave me the key. While I was working there, you know, I locked the doors. So I was like, man, in case this hobo comes back and attacks me or something, I locked the doors. And then the contractor guy came and he knocked on the door and he told me, and he was like trying to, you know, get the story from me, and I let him know like what happened. And he's like, hey, if you see the guy, would you recognize him? And I was like, yeah. He's like, let's go see if it's any one of my guys, because there were a couple dudes working at the in the burnt section, whatever. They were demoing. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So we go there, and like the first dude we walk into is that dude, and he's like ripping off drywall, but he's still wearing the sandals. Like he's still wearing like this, you know, the thong sandals, whatever it's called. And the contract, and I just look at the contractor like, yeah, this is the dude right here, you know. And he's like, okay, thanks, man. And he tells the dude like, he's like, dude, you can't work construction with sandals on. What are you doing? And the thing is, like, when I described him to him, I was like, yeah, man, we walked in, and there was this dude. He was wearing sweats. He was wearing sandals. So like once we got there, and he looked down, he saw the sandals. He's like, yeah, this is the guy right here. Like, why would you still be wearing sandals even though you're in the construction, you know? But I gotta hurry up with this video because I got a painting job to do like in 10 minutes. But yeah, so it was that guy, and I was just like, okay, cool, I'm going back to work. The guy's like, yeah, I'll talk to you later. So it turns out that homeless guy was actually one of the construction workers, one of the contractor's workers, and I guess he decided to sleep in that one apartment, and which is, you know, completely unacceptable. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with that. But I took out the 2 medicine cabinets. I put drywall. I put the mud on it, and then hung up a bunch of pictures. And then today I went back and I sanded it. And all I had to do was sand it because she's gonna get it wallpapered. So I just have to sand it, make sure it's flat or whatever. And yeah, man, that was like yesterday morning. I was like, this is like, it's too early for it. It was like 9 a.m. And that's what happened. Found a homeless dude. We thought it was a homeless dude. It was actually a contractor, worker. I did that job. After that job, I had another job for like 1 o'clock or so. I think for 2 o'clock, but I asked her to move it up to 1 because I was done quicker, and I wanted to get my day finished. And it was just, I went to go change out a dimmer switch for a lady who hired me like a couple weeks ago. She called me back. So I changed out a dimmer switch, and then after that, during this time, because I had put myself available, same day availability, because I only had those 2 jobs. So I put the same day availability for the evening, and I got another job going to hang up like a curtain rod and some shelves. So all in all, I was done, and I did that because that dimmer switch was quick. So after that, I went to the other dude, and I was done by like 3:30ish. I was done. And yeah, so that was my Tuesday. And then today I went to go back to that house, and back to that apartment, and I sanded the drywall, changed out like light switch covers, a couple little things. Like she had me change out the toilet seat because the dude was like gathering all his stuff from the bathroom. Like he had a bunch of stuff in the bathroom, like he slept in the bathroom or something. And so she's like today when I was on my way there, she's like, hey, can you stop by Home Depot and buy a toilet seat, because I'm grossed out by it because that dude was using my toilet, whatever. So I changed out her toilet seat as well. And then right now it's 11:45. It's 12:50, and at 1 I got a painting job. I'm already here. I didn't want to, I didn't want to tell her like, hey, I'm here 15 minutes early. I'm here, 20 minutes early. You gotta respect people's times. You gotta respect people's time. If you tell them like 1 o'clock, it's 1 o'clock. You could ask, hey, are you available any earlier or something like that, but you want to give them a heads up. You don't want to be like, hey, I'm 5 minutes away from your house. It's okay if I come now, like. You gotta respect people's times. You want people to respect your time as well. So I got this painting job. It's only 1 wall. It's only one wall. I actually painted another one wall for her last week. It was just like the front entry wall, and then she called me back and said, could you do the wall behind my bed? So I'm painting that wall. So it shouldn't be too long. It should probably only be taking like an hour and a half, maybe. And then after this, I got another job. There's some under cabinet lights that are not working because a rat chewed through the wires behind the dishwasher. And I went there last time, and I explained to her what happened, and I told her like this, you know, there was one little section I was like, we'd have to run wire again because it's behind the stove, like it's behind the wall, and the rat chewed up the thing, so it created a short. And then the rest of the thing was working, like I thought was working fine, but she said there's another little section that went out. She wants me to come check it out, so I'll probably end up running some wires for her, because yeah, she had some rat problem that she took care of the rat problem, but they, you know, spray insulation the whole area, so it's gonna be like, I don't know how I'm gonna run these wires, and I couldn't pull out the old wires because they were stuck inside the foam. So it's kind of a headache, but I just got to get it, you know, to where it's decent. I could probably run wire down because it's all hidden behind the cabinets and behind the stove and behind the dishwasher and stuff. So I might run the wire behind the dishwasher, but not inside the wall. I don't know, I'll check it out. And then after that, so this is what I'm talking about, like, so I have those two remaining tests today. I have 2 tests tomorrow, one for 9 a.m., one for noon, and then I have the evening open. And usually I would be booked for the evening. Friday I have one test Friday morning, and then that's it for the rest. You know, like, that's how far ahead I am. So that's really different than me usually being booked out for a week. And I'm not worried about it yet, you know, as long as, you know, because I've been doing also tackle jobs. I've been getting, you know, quite a couple tackle jobs that pop up, and they kind of fit me or whatever. But, you know, even if I'm only booked out a day ahead, like, as long as I'm working when I want to work, as long as I get booked, even if it's the same day, you know, I'll be fine with that, you know. But I'll let you guys know how that goes, and I'll keep you updated. And yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. You know, kicked out a squatter. There seems to be a slowdown. Hopefully it's just temporary. Hopefully it's just everybody went back to school and it's just everybody's trying to get their bearings. And also this painting job, the last job I did for her, that was actually supposed to be my last painting job. You know, because after that I took myself off painting, because I don't want to do it. Like I told you guys, I don't want to do it anymore. And then she contacted me under minor home repairs, and she's like, hey, can you do this? You painted the last one, can you do it again? And I was like, yeah, that's fine, you know, because it's just one wall. You know, I already know the apartment. It's not, you know, it's not gonna be something tricky. It's not a whole apartment. It's not. So this will probably be my last painting job. Also, that drywall repair I did yesterday and today, like, I kind of don't want to do this anymore either. But as long as, you know, it's on the vertical wall, as long as it's not on the ceiling, I can kind of live with it. It's just kind of when they're in the ceiling, it's a total pain. But I took myself off the painting, and I feel like, you know, maybe that's part of why. And I was kind of thinking like maybe that's part of why my booking slowed down, you know, because I did a quick assessment of whether or not I should take away painting, and whether or not I should limit drywall repair, and they were a good amount of my tasks. You know, they were probably more than a third of my tasks were actually painting and drywall repair. But I figured, you know, I took them off anyway, and, you know, hopefully I'll get more mounting and more minor home repair to make up for it. But yeah, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching my video. I'll try to keep you guys updated and everything. Subscribe. Like this video, leave any comments, what you guys think, what would you guys have done if you found a squatter. You know, I could have been like, oh, you know, I don't feel safe, I'm leaving, whatever, I'm canceling the task. But like that guy, you know, he didn't look too threatening. And let me know how you guys would have handled it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.